Now, viewers, let's shift our focus to the developments that we are tracking very closely from the northeastern state of Manipur, where the Committee on Tribal Unity in Kangpokpi district has announced the extension of its total shutdown for an additional 24 hours, continuing its protest against the deployment of the Central Armed Police Forces in the region. Visuals on your screens show, in fact, the locals shutting down their shops in the protest as they continue to demand the withdrawal of the Central Armed Forces to be precise. This comes after the overnight violent clashes in Kangpokpi, wherein many cops were injured as the violent mob pelted stones, hurled the petrol bombs at the district superintendent office. Meanwhile, viewers, let's take a look at the screen where you can see the committee members protesting for the removal of the central forces. Now, also, let's in fact listen into what the committee member had to say on organizing the protest that turned violent yesterday.
The Subcommittee on Tribal Unity go to in order to achieve our demand. Actually, we are not against the central forces. We have submitted so many representatives to the concerned authority, and in order to achieve our demand, we have declared economic blockade and followed by 12-hour shutdown. And also, the central government are still silent. That is why we impose another 24 hours total shutdown and followed by the public protest. So today, on behalf of the committee, I would like to present this representation so that our grievances, our problem will be addressed as soon as possible.
All right, my colleague Nibir joins me for more. Now, a day later, after in fact the violent scenes have emerged from Kangpokpi, where it has now come to in fact our information that the organized protest demands the complete withdrawal of the central forces. What are the additional demands that are also escalating tensions furthermore in this area, and specifically in the continuation of these protests that have been witnessed in Manipur, even after there have been attempts made by the central government to in fact pacify the protesters and sections of the community members?
Well, ever since the incident broke out yesterday, wherein the protests turned violent, the extension has been given by the civil society organizations in Kangpokpi, which is the KOTU, and they have extended the shutdown for more than 24 hours. And this shutdown has been really extensive because if you see, all the shops and all the offices are closed in Kangpokpi right now, and the protest has been going on for not just today, but it's been going on since the last few days. The demand for the civil society organizations in Kangpokpi has been to remove the CAPF Central Forces from the Kangpokpi district. And yesterday during the protest, it had turned violent when we saw how clashes broke out because the demands were not met. And in that scuffle, we saw how the SP of the Kangpokpi district was also injured. Today, the situation has been tensed. It has not. We have not seen any violence since morning. However, the situation is tense because there is a total shutdown. There is no movement of cars or anything. The shops are closed, and the security has been heavily deployed so that the matter can be de-escalated. We don't know what can unfold during evening time, because we saw yesterday that during the evening time the protesters marched towards the government offices, particularly the SP office and the DC office, which led to a violent scuffle with the security forces wherein the SP was injured. So far, there has not been any violence incidents since morning. However, the situation is really tense. The security has been heavily deployed in the Kangpokpi district right now. Back to you.
Well, all right, Nibir. On that note, in fact, I'll request you to kindly stay on with us as we are also getting more updates that we are tracking very closely in this escalation of violence that has happened in Manipur. As of now, in fact, the Aam Aadmi Party Supremo